Okay, good evening, everybody. My name is Colin Simmons. I'm talking to you from Birmingham in the United Kingdom. And it's my pleasure really to be here just to really explain to you an industry that came my way only 5 months ago. The industry I'm talking about is called crowdfunding. It's something that I knew about before, but I'd never really looked into it deeply. I'd heard the word crowdfunding, but I didn't really understand it. What I do know about fundraising is it's something that I've seen and I've been involved in for many, many years. In the days before computers, in the days before the internet, I used to fundraise in the old-fashioned way. I would fill in a sheet, I'd get the donations, and I'd do the action of the fundraising. That's how it used to be. In 2019, things have changed big time. And this is really because of the internet. So what I want to do now is just talk about why these things have changed and why the industry of crowdfunding has grown at such a crazy, crazy rate. Firstly, I'll look at what the problem is, why this has come around. I'm talking about the crash, the financial crash. This has been caused by the banks. More and more people around the globe are in debt. More and more countries are actually in debt. I do not see how these banks can actually get us out of the situation that we're in. The money that we use every day is going down in value. The debt is rising. There has to be a solution as to how we can get individuals, first of all, out of debt. I actually believe that the internet is the way. That is the answer. It's been proven in the past that the internet has been the game changer for many different industries. Look at the postal industry when it comes to email. Look at the music industry when it comes to streaming music via the internet. We can look at the taxi industry. We all heard of things like Uber. This has just been a game changer in the whole industry thanks to the internet. The next industry that has to change is the financial industry. What we're talking about is crowdfunding. This is definitely the solution to the debt problem that most people find themselves in. This is a situation of people helping people using the power of the internet. These days in 2018, most people have a mobile phone. Most people are now connected to the internet, so the globe is one huge community. We're now in a situation where this community can help each other raise funds for whatever needs that they have. What I want to share with you here are just some of the major players that are involved in crowdfunding. You may recognize some of these, the likes of Facebook, Just Giving, GoFundMe, Impact101, PayPal, Kickstarter. These are some of the major players that are moving in this industry. So how big is this in this industry? It makes sense to me to be involved in an industry that's on an increase, that's really is growing. And the source that I've got here is crowdfunderinsider.com. They have stated that crowdfunding is growing at a rate of 136% per year around the globe. So that tells me we're in an environment that's growing at a crazy rate. Another key indicator that we're in the right place is when you get a well-known payment processor, such as PayPal, be involved in crowdfunding. You are able to actually crowdfund using their platform. Obviously, PayPal don't do this for free. They'll make their commission on all the donations that go through their platform. There's another well-known platform which hopefully most people on here have recognized. That is Facebook. I urge you after this call to jump onto Facebook, type the word fundraisers into the search bar of Facebook, and you'll see this page I'm sharing with you today. On Facebook, anybody is allowed to send you a donation for any cause. And that's anybody around the world. That is a huge statement. That tells you that fundraising this way is definitely viable across the whole globe. At the bottom of the page, you'll see a big blue button that says raise money for a personal cause. Now, I personally think that is very unusual for most people because we're all conditioned to understand that you raise money for a charity. People don't really get the idea that actually you can raise money to get yourself out of debt. More and more people are seeing this happen a lot. The question is, well, who can crowdfund? The answer is absolutely everybody can. You don't have to be a big company to get a donation. You don't have to be a charity. You need to be 18 years or older, and you need access to the internet. You need a phone, a smartphone. Here, I've got a typical great story that I found from just before Christmas, just gone, of a broke father of 5 who was panicking that he could not know how he was going to get through Christmas because he had no money for his children. So he set himself up with a GoFundMe page. And within in a few short hours, as it said on here, he raised over £2,000. And that is from people all around the globe reading his story and deciding to actually send him some money directly from their account, directly to his account through GoFundMe. Now, what I find very interesting about this article is that his story was shared 19,000 times. And that is the power of people helping people around the globe. People say to me all the time, well, what is crowdfunding? Is it legal? Well, crowdfunding is a process of raising funds for projects or good causes through a group of people working together. This becomes very powerful when you look at the power of the internet. And yes, it's 100% legal across all 7 continents of the globe. In the UK, we have the FCA, which is the Financial Conduct Authority. They have looked closely into crowdfunding to see whether it's legal or not. They have actually categorized it into 4 different types. You have loan-based, investment-based. Those 2 are most definitely regulated by the FCA. You have to have a license to be able to crowdfund for an investment. The likes of GoFundMe, the likes of PayPal, the likes of Just Giving, the likes of Impact101, they are donation-based or reward-based platforms. Those 2 types of crowdfunding platforms do not need a license at all from the FCA, because all it is one person deciding to send money to another person through a platform. And what I've shown you here is just some of the major players that have been involved in crowdfunding up to date. And obviously, GoFundMe is probably the most recognized platform. Now, GoFundMe started in 2010. It has 50 million supporters, 50 million since 2010. And they've managed to raise on their platform over $5 billion in donations. I do know that in the last year and a half, that they have raised over $10.5 million on their platform. Now, why would GoFundMe do that? Well, they actually charge a commission on every single donation that goes through their platform. And I believe it's something like 4.5%. So you can see in the last year and a half, if they've done $10.5 million in donations, and they are receiving 4.5% of those donations, they've just received $450,000 just for people using their platform. Here we are now in 2019. There's a new player on the block. This is Impact101. They have looked at what's going on in the crowdfunding industry and decided that they can actually do a much better job than some of the major players out there. They have a different twist on how people can actually donate to each other. So what I'd like to do now is just tell you a bit of background about who's behind Impact101. We have the founder, whose name is Frank Savidio. As you can see, 45 years success in business. He is a businessman. He knows what he's doing in this industry. 20 years marketing and sales experience. He formed Castle Rock Research back in 2002. He specializes in marketing QR codes, which is a global code where you can send your website across to people all over the globe. No need for the English language or any language. People just scan the code. In 2011, he formed QRGL Marketing Incorporated. They sell mobile landing pages, and they are still trading very well today. 2019, Frank Savidio and his business partner Hans Luhrmann decided to launch a crowdfunding platform and add it to their company, QRGL Marketing Limited. Here is Hans Luhrmann. He is actually the brains behind the software of this company. He's the man that makes everything work. If you've been involved in Impact101, you'll know that everything works 100% within the system. Again, he has 30 years experience. He knows what he's doing. He sits on the board of directors of Link Global Technologies Inc. So he's a serious person that understands what's needed. And again, he, with Frank in 2011, formed QRGL Limited. So these guys have started Impact101, and they started it only 8 weeks ago. We are in our 9th week today. And this will give you an indication of how successful they have already been. We are now in 129 countries around the globe. If you can see the map here, you may well see your country. That will tell you that somebody within your country is already involved in Impact101. It is spreading around the globe at an incredible rate. We are 8 weeks old. Why this company? Why Impact101? Well, put it this way. If I was to tell you about any one of these other companies that I'm sharing with you right now, when they started and you decided to get involved in that company, I think you would agree you'd be very wealthy by now. Now is a great time for Impact101. It started exactly on the 17th of January 2019. So you're seeing this right at the beginning. What I'll do now is talk really about why Impact101 is so different to the traditional crowdfunding platforms, such as GoFundMe. Now, if I see somebody's cause on GoFundMe and I want to donate to that person, I would send the money from my account through GoFundMe straight to that person's account. And that would be the end of it. I'd feel good, but that would be the end of it. What if I was to send somebody a donation through a platform, then I'm eligible to receive donations from around the globe? Would that make a big difference? I think it would, because I know that human nature is what's in it for me. If I help somebody with their cause, would other people help me with my cause? Do I need to tell them my cause? So here we go. This is why Impact101 is so special. They have a single platform. It's a crowdfunding and marketing system that allows you to receive half of everything that happens in your donation grid forever. And I'll explain what a donation grid is as we go along. Impact101 is based on a 2x2 grid process. This is the most successful 2x2 follow me donation process in history. I've personally seen this kind of system in action before, and I've seen how well this can work, and it works extremely, extremely well. The nice thing about Impact101 is it's a team crowdfunding system. You do not need to be a person that can sponsor lots and lots of people. You need to be part of a team. That's all that's needed. The beauty of it being only a 2x2, so I find 2 people that want to become an active donor like myself, and I help those 2 people find 2 people as well. That is as far as it goes. This system being as small as that means that you're likely to get help from people above you in the system, and you're likely to get help from people below you in the system. And that can happen real time. One of the key things I like about Impact101 is it is a peer-to-peer team crowdfunding system. Peer-to-peer in layman's terms means it's a person-to-person crowdfunding system. What that means is that Impact101, once I've registered with Impact101, they will tell me who I need to donate to. And what I would do, I would send the money directly from my bank account directly to somebody else's bank account. Not 1 cent of that donation would go through Impact101. I stay in complete control with who I wish to donate to. Every donation that I receive from around the globe comes directly to my bank account, directly to my PayPal account, directly to my Bitcoin wallet, or any other way that I choose to receive that donation. Not 1 cent goes through Impact101. I receive 100% of the donation that's coming to me. So the question is, well, why would Impact101 even bother to put this together if they don't get anything out of the donation? Well, firstly, they provide us with an easy to navigate, totally automated, feature-rich dashboard. These guys are high-tech. They provide us with all the tools that we need to be able to see exactly who to donate to. We'll know exactly who is going to donate to us, all done in real time. For that, they would charge us $25 every 6 months. That is it, $25 every 6 months. You could, if you wanted to, pay $40 for the whole year, if you wished. But the bottom line, that is the only funds that we ever send directly to Impact 101. Everything else is done person to person. That keeps us in control. If you've worked online before and with any other kind of home-based business, you'll know that it's fingers crossed when you send them your money that you're actually going to see that money again. We've seen many, many systems where people just lose their money. The companies just disappear. Here, we have a solid company with a track record that's just added this platform of crowdfunding to what they can offer the world. So these are the 3 simple steps that we take when we get involved with Impact 101. Number 1, we would register with the company. That's where we would send them the $25 or the $40 if you want to pay for the whole year. Once we've done that, we then are told by Impact 101 who to donate to. You would send a donation to one person, and you would send a donation to another person. Once you've donated to 2 people, you are then classed as an active donor in the system. As an active donor in the system, you are at the top of your donation grid, which you can see on the screen. It's 2 by 2 donation grid. That is as big as it gets. Your second job now, is to find 2 people like Sue and Bill who also want to become active donors like you. They would also like to receive donations from around the globe. Once Sue and Bill are in place, your third action is to help Sue and Bill get their first 2 people in place that also want to receive donations from around the globe for whatever reason they want. So they would obviously first donate themselves. You have to give before you can receive. Simple example of this in action. Here you are in our lowest donation grid, which is the $40 grid. So you've registered with the company, you've sent them $25 so you can use this software. You're now ready to actually send your donations. You would send half of that $40 to one person, so $20 goes to one person and $20 goes to another person for them to do with whatever they wish for whatever reason. You are now classed as an active donor, and you will then sit at the top of your own donation grid. You would then tell your friend Sue, who's over in the UK. Sue also wants to become an active donor. She knows that if she gives and helps other people, she's then able to receive donations herself from other people around the globe. So Sue joins. She would send $20 to you. Half of her $40 would go to you because this is your donation grid, and half would go to somebody above you. It's as simple as that. Then you would tell somebody else. Maybe you've told somebody called Bill. Bill would also send his donation to you, $20 to you, and $20 would go to somebody above you. You've now received 2 donations of $20. You've now received $40 already, which is what you donated in the first place. So you've actually just had your money back. The next job is to help Sue find her 2 people. Sue talks to her friend Sally in Australia. Sally goes, yep, I want to become an active donor. She would send $20 to Sue, as the system would tell her, and she would be told to send $20 to you because this is your donation grid we're looking at. Same would happen with Jack. Jack would send $20 to Sue, and $20 would go to you. Bill, who's been introduced by Tom possibly, $20 would go to Tom, to Bill, and $20 would go to you. Same with Dan. Dan would send $20 to Bill, and $20 would go to you. Now there you are at the top of your donation grid. You've now received 6 donations of $20. That's $120. You actually donated, don't forget, $40 in the first place just to open this grid. Now you've got $120 sitting in your bank. You could say thank you very much and use that for whatever it is that you need to use it for. Or you might think, well, you know what? I like that. I'm going to do that again. So then automatically another donation grid will open. And as long as you're prepared to donate out of your 120, $40 to 2 people again, so 20 goes to one person and 20 goes to another person, you will open a brand new donation center, a donation grid underneath somebody else. That's only on the $40 grid. We actually have 8 different levels of donation. The highest donation level, as you can see, is $4,800. Now, anybody on day one can start with as many different donation grids as they wish. You don't have to start on just the 40 and then go to the 80. You could, if you can afford it, start higher. And it actually makes sense, financial sense, to start higher. The more you give in donations, the more you're going to receive in donations. For example, if you started on level 5, the $600 grid, you would also need to be in the lower grids all the time. So you would also be in the $300 grid, you'd be in the $150 grid, the $80 grid, and the $40 grid. But once you've donated in those grids, you're then eligible to receive 6 donations in those grids. So as you can see on the $40 grid, you're eligible to receive 6 donations times 20, which is $120. Now, if funds are tight and you start at the very bottom, which is a $40 grid, you've received $120. You've decided, I want to do this again. You'd put $40 into another $40 grid. Again, you donate 20 to one person and 20 to another person. You're then eligible to receive another 6 donations in that new grid of $20 again, and that's another total of $120. On that first $120, you've still got $80 left. Now, the smart thing to do with that $80 is to use that and to go into the level 2, the $80 grid. At that level, you would donate $40 to one person and $40 to another person. You're then eligible to receive 6 donations of $40, $240. And again, with that money that's sitting in your bank account, you can use that to get yourself into level 3 and work your way up until you're in all the donation grids. Every single grid works independently. And interestingly, the fastest grid we found out just yesterday is the 150 grid. Strange, you'd think it would be the 40. It's actually the 150 is the fastest grid. Impact 101 have a feature-rich dashboard. It tells you everything that you need to know in order for you to have success in your fundraising campaign. At the top, it shows you the process of when you join of what you need to do. First, you would pay your membership to the company. Then you would choose how you would like to receive donation. You would then choose the grids that you want to be in, and then you choose how you would like to receive donations, whether it be PayPal, whether it be your bank account, whether it be Uru, whether it be Bitcoin. It's your choice totally. At the bottom there where you can see all the zeros, that is the nerve center. If any of those are colored in orange, it means there's action that you have to do, whether it be donation to send, whether it be a donation to confirm that you've received the donation, or it could be an unread message that you've had from the company or from somebody else within the system. So what the point of this slide is that everything is there to help you in your fundraising campaign. When you send your initial $25 to the company, they now give us even more options of how you can send that $25 to the company. You can either via PayPal or via credit card through Stripe. You may have cryptocurrency, so it's Dash or Bitcoin. You may get a token from your personal sponsor. We've now just added WeChat and AliChat. These are 2 major payment platforms in Asia, major platforms. That tells me that this company is taking this very, very seriously. Another great detail that we get within the back office is that every single donation that you send and every single donation that you receive is tracked in the back office. This is great for your own accounting. It makes life a lot easier. Now, the success of Impact 101. As I've said, we're in 129 countries. We are only just over 8 weeks old. That's all it is. I know that we have actually donated $1.1 million between ourselves already. 1.1 million, and we are 8 weeks old. Bear in mind that GoFundMe in the last year and a half have had $10.5 million been donated on their platform. And that's where you send a donation and that's the end of it. I can see that the power of what's in it for me, if I send somebody a donation on Impact 101, I'm likely to receive other donations, is very, very powerful. This works. There's no selling involved. It's very, very straightforward. It's a very, very simple system. We ask people a simple question. Could you use some more money? Simple question. It's a yes or no. People will more than likely say, well, yes. The reason I asked is I found something really special that's working very well for a lot of people. I don't know if it would be for you or not, but if I sent you a couple of short videos that explain it, would you be open to having a look? Very simple statement, something like that, as simple as that. When they say yes, please send it, I would obviously send them my mobile landing page or my replicated website. After that, I'll follow up. They go, great. How much is it to use the platform? It's $25 for 6 months, which I think is about $6 a month or something like that to use the platform. So it's very, very reasonable for the whole globe. And it just goes on from there. Very, very simple system that works. Here, I'm just demonstrating to you some of the mobile landing pages that QRGR Marketing have been offering to the globe. They've been selling these landing pages for a price of $250 at a time. We in Impact 101 get an extra landing page that we can go and offer to anybody we like for free as part of the membership. Ladies and gentlemen, that really is the end of the presentation. It's a very straightforward system that we have here of fundraising. I urge you to get back to the person that's shared this with you today. Ask them any questions that you have. If they can't answer it, ask them about our Facebook page. Get your questions answered. Get on here and donate to other people. You are then eligible to receive donations yourself. And it can be for any reason that you like. Thank you for spending the time with me. My name is Colin Simmons from Birmingham in the United Kingdom. Thank you.